What up, people? It's your boy Skyler. Alright, so as you all know, during these times, June, July, August, holidays or whatnot is when people go on vacation. They they do it because we basically all have the same routine. Like we all basically work 9 to 5s and we get holidays off, and some people work the opposite, but overall we basically do the same shit. And the way I look at it is like, all right, I'm going on vacation, but then what? Like, what do I come back to? Like, do I come back to a fucking better life, or I come back to exactly where the fuck I was at? And not to say I'm broke as shit, or not to say that I'm rich as fuck, but money doesn't make me happy, to be honest and shit. Like, I remember one thing my brother said. He lives in Ecuador and shit. He told me one time, and I didn't understand it. I was like 18, 17 and shit when he told me this. He was like, yo, I'd rather be broke in Ecuador than rich in America, because of just how it is, how the people are, how corrupt it is over here and shit. And I didn't understand it at the time. That's when I just first started off, like, rapping, seriously doing it, like, taking it serious. I was like, damn, yeah, if I do it now, I'm 18, I make it in a year or two, I'll be 20, and I'm going to tear up the game. And then I always thought bad of this country and shit. I just never looked at it as what I wanted to go into, like the music industry and shit. And now I look at the music industry that I want to go into, and it's so fucking corrupt, I don't even know if I want to do it anymore. Like, now the independent game is getting bigger because of how corrupt it really is and shit. But the way I look at it is, indie, major, it's all the same. You're on the same umbrella, no matter how you look at it. Like, when's the last time you heard a song that was so fucking political that fucking you were just like, wow, like, this nigga really just said something, or this nigga just really said fuck Obama in his song or some shit? You'll never hear that ever come out, unless it's something like I do, like I have nobody behind me and shit, and I just put it out because I can, because can't nobody stop me, because I have nobody putting major money behind me and nothing and shit. And this is the point that I'm at. I can say whatever I want. That's why I do say whatever the fuck I want. Now I look at it, I'm like, well, like, what the hell am I trying to do now? Like, I'm trying so hard to get into an industry that I don't want to be in. That's gonna fucking tell me what to do, tell me how to say it, tell me how to dress, look, all this shit for what? Like, most of the times when I do these videos, I shave my head and shit. That's my new style and shit. I shave my head, I take off my glasses, I put on a white tee and shit. And I usually talk about, like, uplifting things, because through my Twitters and Facebook and shit, that's when I mostly hit the dark subjects and shit about life. Like, on my videos, I don't really try to do it because I don't want to get people depressed and shit. But fuck it. Like, for this one, this is how I really am. This is how I really think. Like, for some people tell me all I see is the negative in life, but I live in a negative world. That's like me, seeing a fucking person who murdered 100 people and then he gave back to one charity with $1 million and shit. Like, it's most people be like, oh, he gave back to a charity, but then I see all the people he killed. That's the way I look at it. It's like, we're surrounded by so much negativity, and we're trying to pick out the little things that are good, when the fact is, you, me, everybody else, the regular Joes and shit, we gotta work until we die. There's no way around it and shit. Or you could retire when you 65 years old, or 70 when you old as fuck, and you only got 5 to 10 years left of life in you and shit. And then what the hell could you enjoy? I be driving through, like, Jersey and shit, going to the rich parts of Jersey, seeing where all the people retire and shit, looking miserable as fuck, just sitting outside on the beach and shit. Like, I've spoken to old people. I've spoken to old people before and shit. They always say the same thing. If they had a chance, they would do it all over again. Like, is that what I'm going for? Like, I already think this way now, nigga. I'm 22. How many more years of work I got left in me and shit? About a good 50. If I look at me like, the government looks at me and shit, I ain't nothing but a number. What a social security number is. We ain't people to them. We numbers. You want to look at the Holocaust, what they identify people by. They identify people by fucking numbers they put in their arm. What are we? Like, people want to look at, they don't ask, when you go to a job fair or anything, they don't ask you what's your name and that's it. They ask you what's your number. What's your fucking slave number, nigga? Like, how much longer do I gotta do this shit for the rest of my life? If I stay here for the rest of my life, there's no way around it. I can't go somewhere, make a farm, and eat my own food and not pay taxes to somebody. Like, I've been to parts of Ecuador where people who lived in societies like this, that they went to the islands where nobody owns it, not even the president of Ecuador owns this shit. That people just live off the land and shit. They don't pay nobody. They don't even use money. They use trade. They trade food for, like, clothing and shit like that. Like, that's how people live. Like, I took a trip to those islands while I was over there. People from London, people from fucking Russia, whatever part you want to think. If they gave up this life and they went to move over there to the islands, and I've thought a lot of times, like, maybe that's the only way out. Maybe I could finally be free and shit. Maybe I don't have to wake up again for another job that I hate and get paid bullshit. And just money, period. I hate money. I see what money does. What's the point of working for it your whole life and shit? What's the point of getting a fucking diploma that says I could do something? Spend 4 years of my life trying to get it, or 8 years, or even 12 years. Then what? So I could truly not be happy? That's what we all live for here. Money. That's what we all live and die for. I don't want to die for that shit. The fuck? I'm really contemplating, to be honest. I wanted to put this on video because if I don't come back, I want people to know why and shit. Like, I didn't think it was getting too hard to get a deal or none of that, because it's not. It's not what it is. I'm seeing how corrupt the world is, and what am I fighting for? What the fuck am I gonna do? What? I'm just one person. The fuck am I gonna do? Who's gonna listen to me? Like, who's gonna listen to me to that point where I could actually change something? Like, how many times have I seen people trying to get killed and shit? Like, what am I doing? For what? Like, if I do leave and I don't come back, I'm talking about from Ecuador, from wherever I'm at. I wouldn't even want people to know where I'm at. If I do disappear, I would want to disappear. Just leave everything. I'll leave whatever the hell I left on the internet, music videos, songs. That's for the people. I made that music for the people. But me, if I do disappear, I would just disappear. Nobody will ever hear from me again. And that's just me saying, I don't want to be in jail no more. I want to be fucking free. It's the only way out. I see this process of me trying to do what I'm trying to do is taking way too long. And there's no guarantee that anything's going to change. And I don't want to waste my life trying to do something that's too impossible. Like, they got too much grip on the world for me to actually change something. Yeah, but that's how I think. A lot. Like, I have hopes and shit. So I make songs like Hopeful. Like, I have hopes. But reality is we're still stuck.